Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Amechi Moses, and today I'm going to be sharing 5 tips for every beginner photographer out there. I feel like if you're a beginner photographer or if you're just getting into photography, you should stay to the end of this video. So the number one thing I'm going to be talking about is shooting on manual mode. I know sometimes when you get your camera as a beginner photographer, you might want to shoot on some other modes on the camera, like aperture priority or shutter priority or other mode, because they are easier to go through. They're like automatic mode. But shooting on manual mode will give you full control of your camera. I remember when I started photography initially, I was not shooting on manual mode. I was shooting on automatic or shutter priority or aperture priority because it was easier. But shooting on manual mode is going to give you full control of your camera because it enables you to control the main component of your camera settings, which is your shutter speed, your ISO, and your aperture. It's good as you are starting out or you are shooting, you have full control of the camera. You could control your exposure, your lighting, and everything. So always learn to shoot on manual mode. The second thing I'm going to be talking about in this video is shooting on RAW. Yes, sometimes beginner photographers would want to shoot on JPEG, which is good, but which is not okay, which is not professional. RAW file formats are unprocessed image, so when you shoot on RAW, you have enough information on the picture to tweak in on your editing software. Number 3 is shooting with natural lights. Yes, if you are starting out, I wouldn't advise you to just jump into using those strobes, using the bigger lights. If you are starting out and you really want to enjoy photography as you are starting out, I would advise you to learn how to use natural lights and understand how natural light works, because natural light is the first form of light. Before strobes, before the big lights, natural light is the first form of light. So you need to learn and understand how natural light operates as a beginner before you jump into shooting with artificial light. So you need to learn things like the direction of the sun, the best time to shoot. You don't just jump and just shoot at any time because there's sun. Personally for me, I'm someone that loves natural light, and I don't like to shoot in harsh conditions. Even though I've shot some of my images were shot in some harsh conditions, but I really don't enjoy it. For me, if I'm shooting in the morning, preferably 9, from around 8, 9, 10, from 11, 12, you're already having a harsh sunlight, which is something I don't enjoy. If it's in the evening, from 4:35, the sun is softer and it has this feel. I really enjoy those 4:35 to 6 o'clock sun, because it has this warm, sweet feel that it gives to the skin, which is so amazing. So as a beginner, you really need to learn to understand how natural light works. You also using some simple things like a reflector with natural light it's really going to transform your image from a 5 to 7. So learn to understand how natural light works before going into artificial light. Number 4, this is not like a tip, this is like an advice. Don't worry about gears as you're starting out as a beginner. I feel like that's one of the things most times we do. We bother so much about gears when we are starting out in this in this industry. As you're starting out, it doesn't really matter what you shoot with, irrespective of whether you use a smartphone, whether you use an entry-level DSLR, or whether you use the best of the best. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter that much when you're starting out. When you're starting out, what you should really focus on is making quality content. What you should really focus on is putting out work. What you should really focus on when you're starting out is making sure that you are shooting and you are shooting what you love and you are learning as you are shooting. So as you're starting out, this is not a tip, this is an advice. Don't bother so much about gears as you're starting out. So the last thing I'll be talking about on this video is practice. Photography is just like any other skill out there. If you don't practice, you won't get good at it. So I feel like there's also something that most times we all think that, oh, this creativity thing or this thing is like a spiritual something that just happens to somebody, or most people feel like this creativity thing is for just some certain type of people. Okay, some people feel like, man, that guy is so good, man, it's going to be difficult for me to be like him. But the truth is, everybody got so good because they were out there practicing. So if you don't practice, there's no way you are ever going to get better in this field in photography. So go out there, shoot. As you're starting out as a beginner, don't limit yourself to one thing. Shoot different kind of things. Shoot anything that comes to your way, because that's how you learn. There are different aspects of photography that will teach you something about photography. Okay, personally, like for me, when I started out, I started shooting buildings because I loved the buildings, the tall buildings, the beautiful buildings in Abuja. I just loved how they look, and I felt like, oh, I could actually capture them and tell a story in a beautiful way to other people. And I was taking those pictures and I was posting it on Twitter, and people really liked it. And I was like, oh wow, I could really do this thing. But I'm not shooting buildings today, but shooting those buildings taught me so much about composition. Open your heart and open your mind to practice and shoot everything that comes your way. Never stop learning. Thank you for watching this video. We've come to the end of this video. If this video made sense to you, kindly hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and also leave a comment below. Share this video to somebody. See you in my next video.